after you're released from wearing your neck brace, it may be up to you to figure out which exercises to do to perform therapy on yourself for your neck. At least that's how it was for me. For a while, I tried on my own, but then I ended up going to a physical therapist because I was experiencing pain in a much worse way than I had with a broken neck. And in this one session with the physical therapist, we did 7 simple exercises and it got rid of my pain immediately. I'm Sarah Stockett with Custom Pilates and Yoga, and stay tuned to learn about these 7 magical exercises. Okay, so to do these 7 exercises, you don't need a whole lot of equipment. What I have here is a soft exercise ball. It's super deflated on purpose. So you don't want anything that's really hard and firm for these exercises. But honestly, if you had a cushy folded blanket that would give you just a little bit of space and something that you could press into and give some resistance, that would work out just fine as well. And my other tool that I have here is one of my husband's old tube socks. You could use a pillowcase. And inside, I have 2 lacrosse balls. You can get these at the store, buy them on Amazon, whatever. If you're not in a big lacrosse community, then perhaps your store may not have these. But lots of people are using them for therapeutic massages, okay? So even your Walmart or some of the more generic stores might have lacrosse balls. Okay, so you're gonna take them, I've got my other one in here, and put them in a sock or put them in a pillowcase. But this is gonna be the last thing we do. So we won't need that right off the bat here. And we won't need this either. The first exercise we're going to do is spinal rotation. Okay, so come on to your side and you wanna make sure that you have a nice cushy surface here. So it can be an exercise mat or it can be a carpeted floor, whatever you have to work with. You just want to make sure that you're comfortable. Okay, so come on to your side. You want to come right up onto your shoulder with your arm reaching straight in front. You want your knees in line with your hips. Your ankles are in line with your knees. Now, when you do this and you have a good straight posture, you should have room under your waist here for like a mouse to crawl through. So a little mouse hole there, nothing super huge. And top arm reaches out on front. Now, when your top arm reaches out, your fingertips don't match up, it means this shoulder, this bottom shoulder, is not quite in the right place. So adjust your bottom arm how you need so that you can match up. You're gonna gently hug your belly button toward your spine. Send energy kind of out through your sits bones so it feels like you're sticking your butt out to this wall that's down toward your feet. Head is lifted. Here we go. Inhale, top arm lifts. Turn as best you can to look at this hand. Now, from your belly, rotate open. Oh, and I'm too close to my wall for this one. I will fix it for the next. You always want to make sure for spinal rotation, don't be right by a wall. Inhale here. Exhale through pursed lips, like you're blowing out candles. Inhale. Exhale. Now belly button toward the spine. Rotate your rib cage back to center. Stay looking at this top arm. Exhale, lower the hand. And we're going to do one more. I'm going to scoot up away from my wall a little bit. Inhale the top arm up. Look at that hand. Exhale, rotate the chest open. Let your head lower down to the mat, okay? You want to make sure, take the stress off that neck. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Belly button to the spine. Inhale, rotate back to center. Exhale, top arm closes. Okay, we're going to come on to the other side. So you can get up and switch, or you can roll over, whichever one is best for you. Come right up on your side, knees in front of the hips, ankles in line with the knees, energy out through the sits bones. Make sure your waist is lifted, head is lifted, belly button hugs toward the spine. Here we go. Inhale the top arm up. Exhale, rotate open. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rotate up to center. And exhale, the top arm closes. Now you might notice one side was easier than the other, and that is totally normal. Inhale, top arm lifts up. Look at that hand. Hug the belly button to the spine. Exhale, rotate open. Take a good inhale. And then as you exhale, just let yourself kind of melt, let the tension melt, and feel yourself sink and let that twist happen. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rotate back to center. Exhale, the top arm lowers. Okay, now we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Your hands are going to be under your shoulders, your knees are going to be under your hips, and we're going to do an exercise called cat and cow. First off, to be set up, you want to kind of press down through the tops of your feet. You want to press down through your arms. The eyes of your elbows, which are these right here, they need to face forward, okay, or kind of angled toward each other. So you're right here. Inhale. Think of hugging your belly button up toward your spine. Exhale, now tilt your pelvis. Roll one vertebrae at a time through your spine and let your head lower at the end. Get a good stretch. Inhale here and exhale. Pelvis out. Come on back, one vertebrae at a time. And the head comes out. So we're in a straight line. We're going to take the spine the other way now. Let's go ahead. Inhale, lift the chin, tilt the pelvis to let your back curve. Get a good even stretch. And then exhale. Bring it back to a nice straight line. Inhale here. And exhale. Tilt the pelvis, roll on up. And feel your head lower at the end. Inhale, get a nice big stretch. And then exhale, the pelvis comes out. One vertebrae at a time, bring it on back. And let's inhale, chin lifts, pelvis tilts, make a good curve to the spine. And exhale, back to a nice long line. Now, if I were doing this as like a therapy session for myself, I would probably do 3 of those. So if that's what you're doing right now, pause this video and go ahead and do a couple more on your own. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes touch, and we're going to thread the needle. So take your right arm, you're going to reach on through, and as you come on down, let your shoulder lower and your cheek. And then bring it on up. And you're going to make a shark fin, and that right elbow comes up. So we're rotating the rib cage both directions, okay? Rotate on through. Right shoulder comes down, right cheek comes down. And then come on up. And shark fin. And we'll do one more. Rotate through. And then come on up with your shark fin. And go ahead and lower that arm. Now again, if I were doing this, I would probably do 5 if I were working on doing some self-therapy today. So if you want, pause the video, do 2 more. And then when you're ready, we'll do the other side. Left arm comes through. Lower that shoulder down, lower your cheek down, and then come on up and shark fin, rotating to the left now. And let the left arm reach through. And bring it on up. And just use your own breathing here, wherever feels best for you. That's good. And rotate. Good. And so if you paused to do 2 more on the right side, then pause here, do 2 more on the left. And when you're ready to move on, let's grab our balls and come on to our backs. Now, like I said before, you don't have to have a super deflated soft ball. You can also just have a couple of folded blankets, something that's really cushy and has give, okay? So I've got my ball. I'm gonna come on down, and I've got it right behind my head. Okay, so it's right in the back of my head. Now, I'm gonna open across the front of my chest. My knees are bent. My back is in neutral, and I'm going to turn my head to the right. I turn as far as I can go to the right, and then I come back up to center. And so as I turn to the right, I want to make sure that I keep this left shoulder down and that I keep it in neutral. Okay, now I go to the left, turn to look left, and come back up. Turn to the right, make sure keep the shoulders down, and also keep all that movement up in your neck, as opposed to sometimes maybe our neck just goes to here, and our shoulder will lift, and our thoracic vertebrae, the vertebrae that are near our rib cage, those try to rotate and twist us. Nope, we're just going for neck, okay? Turn to the side, and then come on up. Nice and open across your chest. Turn to look left. And come on up. And to the right. And up. To the left. And up. I'll do one more to the right. And up. And to the left. And up. And now if I were doing this for some self-therapy, I'd probably do another 5 sets there. Now, the next exercise, we're going to just press into the ball, okay? So that might seem weird, but you're gonna feel like you're kind of tucking your chin back toward your throat. Now, I'm not doing a nod, okay? Although we are gonna do that next. I'm just kind of like trying to let my jaw slide back, okay? So I'm taking my skull here and I go fook and back up, okay? So it goes back and up. I'm actually strengthening neck muscles here. Back and up. Press and release. Press and release. Press and release. And of course, as you do this, open across the front of the chest. Shoulders are in neutral. Press and release. Press and release. And if you're doing therapy for yourself, do 5 more sets of that. Okay, next exercise. We're gonna do little nods, okay? So the chin is gonna come on down, and then we're gonna come back to neutral, and then look up. So tuck that chin down, back to neutral, and then looking up. Tuck, and up. Tuck, and up. Tuck, and up. Tuck, and up. And if you were doing this for therapy, 5 more sets, okay? Then the last exercise, you'll release your squishy ball and grab your lacrosse balls in your sock or pillowcase, however you want to do it. Now these are gonna go up at the very base of your skull, okay? So if you reach back there right now with your hand, you might be able to feel how the back of your skull kind of contours. And that's where we're gonna put these first. Those are actually vertebrae up there at the top of the back of your skull. So it's the top of your spine, okay? And they're pretty big vertebrae. So we're gonna take these lacrosse balls, we're gonna go up here and get them placed. And then I normally leave a hand just to help make sure everything stays in place. Now I'm gonna do just little micro movements with my head to help those lacrosse balls find kind of meaty, juicy, achy spots up in my neck. And it'll be base of the skull, top of the neck. If you find anything that gives like zings or shoots, that's bad and you should stop. You should probably also talk to a doctor about that or a physical therapist. But you just want to do little tiny movements here, little nods, little yeses, little no's. You can use your nose to draw circles on the ceiling, and that can open up some pretty great things. And when you feel like that's good, scoot it down just a little bit and do the same thing again. Now, technically, you can use your lacrosse balls to go all the way down your neck, but personally, I haven't found that to be quite as beneficial as just going over those top couple of vertebrae that are up so close to the skull. Those muscles get tight, they're overused, overworked, from helping the head be upright, and then especially with that neck brace on, they're probably pretty confused about what they're supposed to do now, okay? So I like to get in there and kind of put some juice and some love to those muscles and get them back working again. I hope that you have enjoyed these 7 exercises. I hope that they help your neck feel better. And I really super hope if you are experiencing neck pain after being in that neck brace, that these give you relief, because no one deserves to suffer with neck pain. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And for more information about my recovery from my broken neck, check out my book Snapped over on Amazon.com. Thank you.